All right, guys, welcome back. I am excited. I blew off work early today. Met Bryn down here at Switchback Motocross, just outside of Butler, PA. We've got his new 450, and we also brought his 2020 KTM. Obviously, I know it's not a 2024, so everybody's going to be like, you guys aren't comparing apples to apples, but it's what we have, and it'd be kind of cool feedback. So you've got like, what, 30-some hours on that bike?
Yeah, I think there's 39 hours on it right now, so I had a little bit of time to break it in and get comfortable with it, so I'm excited to see how it compares to the beta.
So all we've done to this bike, and I'll put some still pictures in here, is we found out that the stock 4-stroke skid plates fit it, so we put a skid plate on it. We put the brake clevis on there so it tightened up the rear brake for him. We did a slave cylinder guard, and then I brought the standard foot pegs because the race edition foot pegs are on this RX, but he might like the standard one. So great day to come down here and test. We get 4 hours inside the facility. They close at 8. So we're gonna go let Bryn do some heat, just like kind of warm the bikes up a little bit. We did some heat cycles at the shop yesterday, actually.
Yeah.
So each bike got a little bit of time on it. Oh, and we brought my dad's 430 race edition, which I'm excited to get you on that.
Definitely.
That's got a headlight, tail light. It's gonna be a completely different bike, so I can't wait to see your reaction on that bike.
For sure.
Let's get Bryn out on the track, get some warm-up laps in, and we'll come back to it.
Sounds good. Let's get to it.
All right, dude, you excited?
Oh, yeah.
All right, man. First time out there, let's see it. Well, what do you think, dude?
Dude, bike's so sick.
You like it?
I do.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Like, that's so cool, man.
A little bit soft in the front right now.
I kind of thought so. Like, it kind of seemed like the back was coming up on you a little bit.
I think once we work the front end,
Okay.
it's going to be a rocket ship.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Dude, you look sick on it. Looks awesome. The styling on this thing is just a riot. That was your first 6-7 laps, and you already feel pretty good on it, huh?
Definitely.
That's so sick, dude.
Yeah, it was so easy to settle into and just get comfortable with.
You look like it. I mean, I know the
think,
track's not super technical, but that kicker's huge in the middle, you know?
Yeah, I think that steel frame on the KTM with the KYB setup that I was used to on the Yamaha, just those two together,
It's gonna be
really
good.
working well.
That's so cool. So do you want to, should we leave these alone for now, or should we stiffen them up a little?
I think maybe we stiffen them up a little and maybe soften the rear up.
Okay, yeah, we can do that. I'll grab a screwdriver.
Okay, sweet.
So it's still a little soft. We went 2 clicks. We can go a couple more. Let's go over and do it.
And then maybe go too softer
On the rear?
on the rear.
That was a full 15-minute session there, dude.
Definitely.
You look good on it.
Warm up for a week time.
Yeah, I think so too. Just watching your style, you're getting used to it, you know?
Yeah, just finding that flow and getting everything to set in.
Yeah, I think so too. I'm pretty excited. We'll look it all over again real quick. All right, Mr. Last ride of the night. You gonna give the KTM a try?
I think we're gonna get back on the KTM.
We've been riding the beta all night. It's been a great night. We've learned some things. Pretty excited.
Oh yeah.
He's gonna get back on what he's used to. Just to kind of give it a comparison here at the end. This is the last adult session of the night. It's pretty cool. Well, the kids are out there now, but adults will go out one more time, and we'll let you guys know what he thinks. What do you think?
After riding that beta, I'm not around.
Really?
Yeah.
That's pretty sweet. I'm glad you like the beta. That's pretty wild, dude. I'm so pumped. Well, let's go load these things up. All right, guys, we were waiting for that last truck to pull out so we can actually talk and do this. Starting to rain now. I thought it was going to rain all night, so we actually got pretty lucky.
We did.
So really thankful Bryn made the trip down here with us.
Yeah, I'm thankful you were able to make it out. It was awesome.
Dude, yeah, most of the time on your beta. Pretty excited about it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I love being on that thing. It was awesome.
We learned a couple things. So the stock chains are not good. Throw the stock chain away, get a different chain for it. They stretch immediately.
Definitely.
I would say 20 laps on it, and the chain was like really, really loose. I wasn't even thinking about it, and we looked down and we like immediately tightened it. Maybe after the initial stretch it'd get better, but I'm not risking that with what he's trying to do, so we're just going to put a better chain on it. Rear spokes loosened up a little bit too.
They did. It always comes loose on a 450, usually right around that rim lock area.
And
So,
with
it's
you
to be
and
expected.
your riding compared to our riding, it's going to probably happen quicker. Other than that, we didn't make hardly any adjustments tonight.
No.
We didn't even try the other foot pegs.
I know.
Did you feel okay with those?
I think those foot pegs were pretty good. I think maybe in the mud I could run into a problem with them packing up,
I think
getting
so
a little
too.
bit sticky. But
That's kind of what I was thinking, and obviously inside of there was no mud to be had.
No.
So that's obviously something we still have in the bag, and we will try later.
I definitely noticed that it had a lot more surface area on the peg than the KTM did.
Really?
So I was able to grab
Okay.
a little bit more.
Cool. And so foot peg to shifter felt okay compared to the KTM?
It did. Everything was spot on.
I mean, you hopped on the beta and like within 3 laps you were hitting everything, which was pretty cool. I mean, brand new bike, everything about it, which was cool.
Yeah, right out of the crate, it felt really dialed. The power on it was smooth. The suspension, it was pretty dialed in. We had to mess a little bit around with the front and the rear to get it to set up right. The front was initially a little bit soft and the rear was a little bit stiff, but once we made a couple clicker changes, we got that to set in a lot better.
And I have all the stuff written down that we did for the clickers, and I'll put that in here. So if you guys have a beta 450RX, this is our starting point. And as we learn more about the summer, we're going to do a lot more of this stuff with this bike. So, and then you rode the KTM right at the end of the night, and just honest opinions, back to back. Like, I know it's a 2020, it's not a 2024. Everybody knows that, because viewers will say, "Oh, it wasn't a 24." Like, what do you think? Like, could you be just as competitive on this bike as that KTM?
I think nowadays any bike you could be competitive on,
That's true.
as long as you get the feel for it.
That's true.
One of the big differences that I noticed initially from getting on the beta back to the KTM sits a little bit smaller than the beta does. The beta's a little bit taller of a bike.
Yep.
The KTM, it feels like it's a little bit longer in the rear end. So when you're coming in and out of the corners, you kind of have a little bit more rear end behind you, I guess, than the beta.
So is that like controlling fishtailing better, or does it corner better, or worse being longer?
I would say the beta corner's a little bit better than the KTM.
Okay, so a little bit shorter feel, not quite as long back there.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that could have been an indoor feel too as well.
Yeah, of course, indoor track. And have you ridden here yet this winter?
I haven't, no.
Yeah. So,
Track layout was great.
Yeah, you do. For you guys, it was. For me and my footage that you'll see, it's horrible because I'm not doing it. So, oh, you even rode Dad's 430.
I did.
What do you think of that thing?
The power on that, it was completely different. I had never ridden a woods bike before, and getting on that compared to the 450, as soon as I got on the 430, the power, it was just really smooth. It wasn't as aggressive as a 450, but it just had power all the way through. And once you got it into the mid-range, it just wanted to carry itself around the whole track. It was really nice.
So
A
for the
good feel.
guys in the woods, that's huge. Like buttery power.
Oh, yeah.
I think you even hit the big one on it, didn't you? In the
I
middle?
did, yeah.
That's pretty sick, dude. So even on the woods bike, all the headlights and taillights on it, it was pretty cool seeing you huck that thing. What'd you think of the suspension on the 430 compared to which is hard to compare because it's not a moto bike. What do you think?
So it not being a motorbike, I understand that it's going to be a little bit softer and a little bit more plush for the woods.
Yeah.
Having that said, coming into the corners with it, it was amazing. I had no complaints. It just wanted to sit in those tight corners and hook up really well. Getting a little bit more into the high-speed side of things, it kind of seemed like it wanted to give out a little bit.
Sure.
But that could be due to the nature of it being a little bit soft setup for woods.
Yeah. So that's kind of cool for the woods guys. Like power is buttery and like a corner is good, which is a woods guys stream.
Definitely. I'd love to get on it and take it through the woods. I think it'd be an awesome bike.
I think we got a lot more stuff planned.
Oh, for sure.
This summer. We'll do a lot of fun stuff. So just a quick recap. Thank you guys for watching the video. A lot more stuff planned on this bike. We're going to do an oil change video on this and a valve check video because the bike didn't start super well. Not super pumped on that. I'm going to talk to Beta this week on that. It did take a while to start it.
It did, but I don't think it's any big issue. I think maybe once we get a little higher amperage battery in there.
Yeah. And then I want to check the valves, and we're going to go through the bike. So we'll keep learning about it. Other than that, I think the bike performed great tonight.
Oh, it was awesome.
So super
I just want
excited.
to get back on it and keep ripping it.
Yeah, you put in 2 full 15s because the sessions were 15 minutes long. That was really cool to see you do that. So thank you guys for watching.
Yeah, thank you.
And stay tuned.